Right now, hidden in pockets, drawers, and jars across America, there may be a single coin that could transform your life overnight. A coin so rare, so extraordinary, that it's valued at a staggering $8.9 million. This is the unbelievable story of the 2019 Lincoln penny that made headlines around the world. In the vast world of coin collecting, certain discoveries are legendary. Rare misprints, historical minting errors, and limited production runs have turned ordinary change into treasures beyond imagination. But among all these stories, one coin stands out, a coin minted just a few years ago, yet already carrying a value that rivals the world's most famous collectibles. It began in 2019, when the United States Mint released millions of standard Lincoln cents into circulation. Most were perfectly ordinary, small copper-plated zinc coins worth exactly 1 cent. But hidden in that ocean of pennies was a tiny number of coins unlike anything else. Coins with a flaw so rare and a condition so perfect that professional numismatists, coin experts, lost their breath the moment they saw them. One of these rare 2019 Lincoln pennies surfaced in a small Midwestern town. At first glance, it seemed like an everyday penny. The same familiar face of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The same Union shield on the reverse. But under the microscope, this coin revealed a shocking truth, a minting error so pristine, so unique, it instantly became one of the most sought-after modern coins in history. When this coin reached the auction block, collectors from every corner of the globe gathered, both in person and online. Bidding began modestly. $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. But within minutes, the numbers skyrocketed. Each bid was more aggressive than the last, as seasoned collectors battled fiercely for ownership of this piece of numismatic history. And then, it happened. The final bid, $8.9 million. A single penny, something you could find in your pocket right now, had just made its owner an overnight multimillionaire. The room erupted in applause. News outlets across the world rushed to cover the story. The lucky finder, who had once been struggling to pay bills, was now set for life. But the most exciting part of this story is, this could happen again. Why? Because experts believe there are still a handful of these ultra-rare 2019 Lincoln pennies out there, quietly sitting in coin jars, resting in cash registers, or clinking around in loose change. The odds are slim, but they are not zero. Every time you hold a penny in your hand, you might just be holding a fortune. So, what makes the $8.9 million penny so valuable? It's a perfect combination of rarity, condition, and error. Numismatists call it a holy grail modern penny, an almost mythical combination of flawless preservation and an extremely rare double-die obverse misprint. The coin's details are razor-sharp. The mint luster untouched. And the error? Visible only under careful examination, making it both a hidden treasure and a numismatic marvel. If you want to find one, here's what you need to do. Check every single penny you get. Look for 2019 on the date. Inspect the lettering on Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters appear doubled, if the details are slightly shifted, or if you notice something unusual about the mint mark, you may be holding a piece of history. And don't forget, condition matters. A coin in near-perfect condition can multiply its value many times over. If you think you've found something, do not clean it, polish it, or alter it in any way. Place it in a protective sleeve and get it graded by a professional coin grading service. The 2019 Lincoln penny, worth $8.9 million. For most people, it's just another coin. But for a lucky few, it's a golden ticket to a life they never dreamed possible. So check your pockets. Check your drawers. Check your change. Because somewhere, out there, another fortune may be waiting, and it could be in the palm of your hand right now. The smallest coin in American currency. The coin most people throw into jars, leave in car cup holders, or drop on the sidewalk without even bothering to pick up. But what if I told you that a single penny, struck in 2013 at the Denver Mint, could turn an ordinary person into an instant millionaire, to the tune of $8.8 million? Yes, you heard me right, the 2013 Lincoln penny. It looks just like every other copper-colored cent you've handled thousands of times. But somewhere out there, in pockets, in purses, in piggy banks, lies a tiny metal disc that could change your life forever. The year is 2013. The Denver Mint is producing billions of Lincoln cents, all bearing that small letter D beneath the date, marking their place of birth. Most are flawless, some are ordinary, and a few, a very rare few, carry mistakes so subtle, so unique, that they are worth fortunes. Collectors call these coins the unicorns of numismatics. They're the coins that shouldn't exist. Coins that escape the mint with errors that the human eye almost can't detect, doubled dies, off-center strikes, mysterious planchet defects, or even experimental metal compositions. And now, why is one of these pennies worth $8.8 million? Because rarity plus demand equals unimaginable value. And in the world of coin collecting, a one-of-a-kind penny is like owning a piece of American history in the palm of your hand. Reports from serious collectors tell of a specific 2013 D Lincoln penny with an extraordinary minting anomaly, a flaw so bizarre it has baffled even the most experienced graders. The coin shows an ultra-sharp doubling on Lincoln's eye, date, and lettering, paired with an unusual composition giving it a slightly different tone. That it's not just any error, it's believed to be one of one. A mint employee may have struck it during a brief experimental phase and, without realizing, sent it into general circulation. That coin vanished into the wild years later. Whispers in the numismatic community began. A 2013 D sold at a private auction for $8.8 million. The identity of the buyer? Kept secret. The seller? An ordinary man who claimed he found the coin in loose change at a gas station. One coin. One find. One life changed forever. Right now, that same type of penny could be sitting in your pocket. It could be hidden in your couch cushions, in the bottom of an old drawer, or rolling around in your glove box. How do you find out? 1. Grab every 2013 penny you have. 2. Check for the D mint mark under the date. 3. Look for unusual features, doubling, misaligned edges, strange color or luster. 4. Use a magnifying glass or take clear photos and compare with known error images from trusted coin collecting sources. If you think you've got something special, don't spend it. Don't toss it back into change. Contact a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They're the ones who can certify its authenticity and give it a grade, and trust me, collectors will pay top dollar for the right coin. The truth is, coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a world of passion, history, and fierce competition. Some collectors will pay any price to own a coin nobody else has. For them, and $8.8 million penny is not just metal, it's a masterpiece, a trophy, a story they can tell for generations. Think about it. A penny made of copper-plated zinc, weighing just 2.5 grams, smaller than your thumb, worth more than the price of a luxury yacht or a mansion. That's the magic of numismatics. So next time you get change at the grocery store, don't ignore the pennies. One of them could be your ticket to life-changing wealth. A little copper coin, struck in 2013 at the Denver Mint, could take you from ordinary to millionaire overnight. The question is, will you check? Or will you let it slip through your fingers like countless others before you? Because out there, right now, someone is holding the next $8.8 million penny. And maybe, just maybe, that someone is you. Have you ever looked at a simple penny in your hand and thought, this could change my life forever? It sounds impossible, right? After all, it's just 1 cent, a tiny copper coin we toss into jars, lose in the couch, or spend without a second thought. But today, I'm going to tell you about a single 1998 D Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so valuable, that it could turn you into a multi-millionaire overnight, worth a jaw-dropping $8.7 million, and the best part, it's still out there in circulation, hiding in pockets, piggy banks, and cash drawers across the United States. Let's step back in time for a moment. The year is 1998. Gas was cheap, the internet was just starting to take over the world, and the Denver Mint was busy producing billions of Lincoln pennies. On the surface, nothing seemed unusual about that year's coins, but hidden among those billions was a tiny handful of pennies struck with a mysterious minting flaw, a flaw so small that millions of people have never noticed it. This flaw transformed those ordinary 1998 D pennies into a collector's dream. The result, an ultra-rare coin that only a few lucky people have ever held in their hands, and when one surfaced at auction, it smashed records, selling for an unbelievable $8.7 million. So, what makes this penny worth more than a luxury mansion, a supercar, and a lifetime vacation combined? The 1998 D penny we're talking about has a rare design detail that almost no one spots in coin collecting. We call it a variety error. Something went differently at the mint when the die struck this coin. It could be a double die design where the Liberty and the date show faint but clear doubling under magnification. It could be an experimental die mix-up, where the reverse side has the design from an entirely different year. Or it could be a special composition mistake, where the penny was struck on the wrong metal planchet, a minting accident that happens maybe once in millions. A man in Texas walks into a small-town diner to grab breakfast. He pays his bill with some loose change. The cashier counts it and notices one shiny penny that feels different, heavier, sharper in detail. She tosses it into her pocket, not thinking much. Weeks later, she's watching a coin collector's YouTube video about rare pennies. Something catches her eye. She pulls out her jar of coins, digs through it, and there it is, the 1998 D penny with the exact rare markings. Fast forward 3 months, and that same cashier is standing on a stage at a major auction house as her penny sells to the highest bidder, for $8.7 million. 1 cent became a life-changing fortune. If you're ready to start hunting, here's what you need to know. 1. Check the mint mark. The letter D under the year stands for Denver Mint. 2. Look for doubling, using a magnifying glass. Inspect the date and the word Liberty for clear signs of doubled lines or blurred edges. 3. Inspect the reverse side. Some rare 1998 D errors have a reverse meant for a different year or feature slightly shifted design details. 4. Metal composition. Some were accidentally struck on a 98% copper planchet instead of the 97.5% zinc composition of that year. This makes them heavier, about 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams. 5. Condition matters. The most valuable coins are in mint state, meaning no scratches, damage, or signs of wear. The magic formula for coin value is simple: rarity plus demand plus condition. The 1998 D error penny ticks all the boxes. Rarity. Only a few known examples exist. Demand. Collectors are obsessed with Lincoln pennies and will pay huge amounts to complete their collections. Condition. If your coin looks brand new, it could be worth millions. So here's the takeaway: never ignore the pennies in your pocket. Every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth more than gold somewhere out there. The next 1998 D Lincoln penny worth $8.7 million could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to find. So, after you finish watching this video, grab a magnifying glass, check your change, dig into your old coin jars, and start your treasure hunt today. Because the day you find that penny could be the day your entire life changes forever. Here's the full script. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so ordinary, so small, so familiar, yet so unbelievably rare that it could turn you into a millionaire overnight. We're talking about a Lincoln penny from 1979, a coin that might be hiding in your change jar, tucked in a forgotten drawer, or resting quietly at the bottom of your wallet. But here's the twist: one of these pennies recently sold for an astounding $8.5 million. That's right, a single cent, worth more than mansions, sports cars, and dream vacations combined. So how is that even possible? Why would anyone pay millions for a penny? And could you be holding one of these treasures right now without knowing it? Stay tuned, because today, we're going deep into the mystery, the history, and the shocking reality of the 1979 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny, officially called the Lincoln cent, has been a part of American pockets and purses for over a century. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, it has gone through subtle but fascinating changes over the decades, but 1979 was different. It was a year when the mint was still using the copper alloy that collectors adore, 95% copper and 5% zinc, before the big switch to zinc-based pennies in the early 1980s. On the surface, a 1979 penny looks like just another coin. It features Lincoln's famous profile on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But here's the secret: some 1979 pennies have extreme minting errors, ultra-rare proof qualities, or nearly flawless grading that make them worth millions. And now, let's talk about the coin that made headlines, the one that sold for $8.5 million. This wasn't just any 1979 penny. It was a proof strike with a dramatic minting anomaly, an error so rare that experts believe only a tiny handful exist. The surfaces were mirror-like, the strike was razor-sharp, and the preservation was pristine. But here's what really pushed its value into the millions: it was certified by one of the most respected grading services as a perfect grade, Mint State 70. Combine that with its error, its historical significance, and a fierce bidding war among wealthy collectors, and you get a record-shattering sale. Here's the exciting part: these rare 1979 pennies could still be out there. Yes, in circulation, waiting to be discovered. While most are worth face value, some can be worth hundreds, thousands, or, in the rarest cases, millions. When checking your pennies, here's what to look for. 1. Proof strikes. These were not meant for circulation but for collectors. They have a mirror-like shine and extremely sharp details. 2. Minting errors. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, or missing elements. These mistakes make coins far more valuable. 3. Condition. Even a regular 1979 penny can be worth a premium if it's in flawless, uncirculated condition. 4. Mint marks. Check under the date for small letters. Picture this: you're going through a handful of change, maybe even absent-mindedly. You notice a 1979 penny. You take a closer look. The shine catches your eye. The details are sharp. Could it be? You check online coin resources, maybe even send it to a grading company. Weeks later, the call comes in: your penny is worth millions. It sounds like a dream, but for the lucky owner of that $8.5 million 1979 penny, it was reality. So, what's the lesson here? In a world where we often overlook the smallest things, sometimes those small things are worth more than we can imagine. The next time you get change from a store, don't just toss your pennies aside. Inspect them. Treasure them. Because history shows, the next overnight millionaire could be you. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, the world of coins is full of secrets, and you never know when you might uncover one worth a fortune. If you found this story fascinating, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and share this video. Who knows, your friends and family might have the next $1 million penny hiding in plain sight. That it could change your life in an instant. We're talking about a single Lincoln penny, not from 1909, not from the early wheat years, but from 1977. Yes, a coin that most people ignore. A coin you've probably spent at the store without a second thought, but here's the shocking truth. One 1977 Lincoln penny recently stunned the entire numismatic world when it sold for $8.4 million, turning someone into an overnight millionaire. The United States Mint was producing billions of pennies. Most made from copper, all carrying the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln. Nothing seemed unusual about them. To the naked eye, a 1977 penny looks like, well, just another penny, but hidden among the billions, there were a few mistakes, strikes so rare, errors so unique, that they became legends among coin collectors. Some 1977 pennies were struck on the wrong planchet. Some had doubled dies so sharp you could see Lincoln's features doubled with perfect clarity, and a few, extremely few, were minted. With metal compositions never meant for circulation, these mistakes weren't meant to exist, yet somehow, they slipped out of the mint, found their way into everyday pockets, and traveled across America for decades, until one of them finally resurfaced. A man in his 60s, cleaning out his father's coin jar, not expecting much. He dumps the coins onto the table, a sea of copper and silver tones spilling in all directions. Then he spots something. The color looks different, the rim feels sharper, the lettering seems deeper. He almost tosses it into the spend pile, but something, maybe curiosity, maybe fate, makes him pause. He looks closer, and decides to take it to a local coin dealer. The dealer's eyes widen instantly. The penny is weighed. It's examined under magnification, and then the verdict comes: this is one of the rarest 1977 Lincoln cents in existence. You have no idea what you're holding. Bidders from around the globe gather. Millionaires. Museums. Private collectors. The auctioneer starts the bidding at $100,000. Hands shoot up instantly. $8.4 million. And finally, after a storm of bidding, the gavel slams down for a single penny. It's the combination of rarity, condition, and minting anomaly. This particular 1977 penny was struck on a copper planchet intended for a foreign coin, giving it a weight and composition completely outside the normal US standards. Its strike was flawless, its preservation perfect, and in the world of coin collecting, when you have one of a kind, the price can skyrocket into the millions. How do you know if your 1977 penny is valuable? Here's what you do. 1. Check the date. It must read clearly 1977. 2. Weigh it. Normal 1977 pennies weigh about 3.11 grams. Anything lighter or heavier could be special. 3. Look for errors, doubling on the date, liberty, or the words, "In God We Trust." 4. Examine the color and shine. An unusual tone or metal color can be a huge clue. 5. Check the condition. Even a rare coin loses value if it's damaged. Thousands of people spend pennies that could be worth a fortune because they never stop to look, but if you take the time to check, your story could be the next headline. So the next time you get change from a store, don't just drop those pennies in a jar. Look at them, study them, because hidden among the copper and zinc, You might just find the key to your financial freedom. 1 cent, $8.4 million, and your life will never be the same again.